So I made a lot of videos about Momoshiki's absence in Two Blue Vortex and why Boruto does not want to use the power of the karma. A lot of you guys wanted me to watch this video because apparently Boruto has a Rinnegan, more specifically the one on his hand like Momoshiki, which you can see Boruto's hiding with that glove. Now the funny thing is, and I'm gonna wait till I get in the video, I didn't know the glove was supposed to be for like the Rinnegan. Like originally, all right, and if you watch the anime, you would know what I'm talking about. Originally, Sasuke gave Boruto one of his gloves to hide the karma. And now this is early in part 1, you know, like I'm saying around the Mujino Bandits arc or something like that. Mujino, what was it? I think it was Mujino Bandits, okay? Around there, he gave him one of his gloves to hide the karma. But the thing was, that wasn't manga canon, it was anime canon. And it don't even look like it's the same glove anyway, so it might be something different. But that's why we're here to check out the video. But anyway, Kidomaki, I'm gonna leave the link to his channel down below in the description, so go check him out if you want to. Short little video, so without further ado, let's hop right into it.
The absence of Momoshiki's presence is one of the biggest mysteries in Boruto TBV Vortex, as with Boruto's refusal to tap into his immense strength.
Oh yeah, and if you want to see my reasoning on that, why Boruto doesn't want to use the karma, check it out in the top right hand corner. I go over everything, every possibility, and I have multiple videos on it. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't realize I had multiple videos on it. I'm gonna just plug my latest one. But it's pretty simple once you look at the situations that Boruto was in. You see Code, he couldn't force it, he got no diffs, completely destroyed. His only time right now is against the Shinju because Mitsuki couldn't draw out of him. I originally thought we was gonna see the karma against Mitsuki, but damn, Mitsuki kind of let me down. And I gotta eat that up because I was one of the ones that was advocating. I was like, yeah, no, Mitsuki's gonna make Boruto activate the karma and all that blah blah. He's gonna push him. Relax, I get it, okay? He's just on a completely different level. I didn't have him winning. I didn't have Mitsuki winning, of course, you know. I just didn't think it was gonna be that bad.
If Boruto wasn't in a situation where he would need that power, but he was, as seen with the Shinju. So that then begs the question.
I can't lie, I gotta admit, he did need a year.
Power. Well, it all ties into why Boruto doesn't open his right eye, and also his new design which features a black glove.
I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but even if he did activate it, there was no real guarantee that he would win. I mean, let's keep it a buck. We don't even know how strong JURA is. And don't we expect JURA to be some crazy main villain who even the main character can't beat alone? Come on. It would be pretty disappointing if all Boruto had to do was activate his karma to destroy JURA.
You see, I believe that Boruto's refusal to use Momoshiki's power extends beyond the karma seal itself. It also extends to that which came from the karma, such as Momoshiki's Byakugan and his left hand Rinnegan.
Oh yeah, he has Rinnegans on both his hands. I mean, would Boruto have it on both his hands? Probably not. If he did have a Rinnegan, it would be on the hand that the glove is on, you know? Okay, the thing about it, in the anime, the glove was on his right hand, the hand with the karma, but in the time skip is on his left hand. And Boruto's right-handed, he handles the sword with his right hand, so it's not for no extra grip or nothing like that. So I'll say this, the purpose of the glove is different in Two Blue Vortex. You know, because I did think they probably just foreshadowing it. Okay, Boruto gets his glove, and when he first got it, I was like, okay, this is kind of tough. Maybe in the anime, that's how he'll get his glove, because, you know, anime canon and all that, we already know how that goes and how it's different from the manga, but maybe they won't explain it in the manga, you know what I'm saying? Like, they won't explain how he got it. Same thing with the eye that Boruto has closed. Now look, in the manga, it could be he just has the Byakugan, you know, Momoshiki's Byakugan in one eye. But in the anime, they don't have to do it like that. They could just say, all right, it's the Jogan. That's why he has his eye closed. That's why in the anime, you see he opens his eye, it's the Jogan, not the Byakugan. So it's all gonna come down to, like I made a video on, it's gonna come down to manga canon versus anime canon. That's all it is. It'll probably be different in both, right? And all you really have to do is give the Jogan some properties of the Byakugan. So if Boruto uses the Byakugan for something that's majorly important in the manga, he'll also be able to do it in the anime without any retcons or nothing like that.
To To understand what I mean by this, we need to go back to chapter 78, moments after Kawaki damaged Boruto's right eye. We see that Momoshiki took this opportunity to possess Boruto's body, activating his form known as True Essence, thus manifesting his Byakugan.
Yep.
This is shown by the missing black pupil and Momoshiki now being able to see, despite the right eye being slightly damaged. And we know that Boruto's normal eye was damaged since he keeps his eyes closed even during the time skip.
Because obviously you see he can open it. It's not like the eye just it's not working anymore. He can open it. Perhaps, now this is just a theory, maybe since like technically Boruto and Momoshiki share a body, or their body fused into one, whatever you want to say, Boruto keeping that eye closed is because of a power that he cannot yet control. Perhaps it could be Momoshiki's eye. Momoshiki seeing the world, he wants to keep it close so, you know, Momoshiki can't see nothing. Like maybe the foresight ability is more broken than we think. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and make a whole video on this, because I now feel like I need to talk about this. I'm not gonna go into it because it is like a reaction video. I'm gonna make a whole solo video for this. But I did hear early on that Boruto keeps it closed because he now has the ability of foresight. And whenever he looks at someone, he cannot control it. He just gazes into their fate. And as Momoshiki said in I think it was chapter 10, he can't see his own fate. He can only see somebody else's fate. So maybe Boruto can't see his own fate anymore because, you know, Momoshiki and them are fused. He can only see whoever he looks upon with the Byakugan. It could be a lost ability of the Byakugan. Let's say Momoshiki has the Byakugan in its purest form. And you know, all of the rest of the descendants like Neji, Hinata, they have like a watered down version. But it could come out that one of the original abilities for the Byakugan was foresight, now only belonging to the Otsutuski. Boruto keeping his eye closed could just be a thing to keep Momoshiki at bay. And luckily enough, that's something you can give to the Jogan too. You can give the Jogan the ability of foresight as well.
That then somewhat implies that the eye doesn't function unless it's amplified by the enhanced vision of a dojutsu, such as a Jogan or Byakugan. Well, at face value that might appear to be the case, but that's just a red herring. You see, the real reason why Boruto doesn't open his eye is because he's hiding Momoshiki's Byakugan. The truth is that the eye itself is totally fine, as it was healed by Momoshiki himself, similar to how he was later able to repair the Rinnegan damaged by Sasuke.
I can get down
By the way,
with
if you
that,
go back to episode 1, we can clearly see that there's no longer a slash in the midsection of Boruto's pupil, and this is also reflected in the manga interpretation of this scene as well. This likely means that the eye itself was later healed, but with the side effect of Boruto permanently manifesting Momoshiki's Byakugan. Now, the issue with using this dojutsu is that it leads to the manifestation of Momoshiki's powers, as seen in chapter 76 when Boruto tapped into the power to see into the future. That explains why Boruto knew about the evolution of the Ten Tails and the dark future that awaits them. He accidentally tapped into that power again, which brought forth a possible future he sought to change.
And that's why he's so scared. That's why he seems so unrelaxed, because he accidentally gazed into that future. Now, what did he look at to get that future of the Ten Tails, whatever? I really don't know, but it definitely has something to do with the foresight ability. That's what I think anyway. You know what? I'm gonna have to come back to what I said earlier about the Byakugan. Maybe it wasn't an original ability for the Byakugan to give the user foresight. Maybe it's a different Byakugan. Maybe it's something else. And I don't know, it's a long shot. But maybe there's more than one type of Byakugan. And besides the Tenseigan and stuff like that, like a whole nother Byakugan. Maybe not to see through someone's chakra network or something like that. You can gaze even deeper. Gaze even deeper into them, to the point where you can see their fate. Something that they can't even see themselves. You guys can see he also used it on Naruto. That's why he was kind of teasing him a little bit. And I don't know what the exact words he said, but he said something along the lines of such a shame you have all this power and won't be able to pass it on to the next generation or something like that. Yeah, he's seen everything, basically. So Boruto has his power now. He would probably have to gaze through somebody to realize, okay, the Ten Tails is no joke. And that person was probably Sasuke. Let's just keep it a buck. That person was probably Sasuke. Sasuke was the one who was around Boruto the most. You know, where's Sasuke right now? He got turned into a tree. He got turned into a tree by the claw grinds. Bits of the Ten Tails made by code. And this urgency that Boruto is displaying right now is probably because Boruto saw beyond this, beyond all this. He saw endgame. He saw the endgame. We don't even know what's gonna happen yet, but he already knows something he's desperately trying to prevent. It's like when Neji told Naruto that you can't change destiny. Boruto is trying to change his destiny right now, and the destiny of Sasuke and his friends, you know? He's trying to change the destiny of everybody. Will it work? I don't know, we gotta wait and see. But Naruto did prove Neji wrong. He did prove him wrong, and I hope I don't have to like go into depth about how he proved Neji wrong. I'm pretty sure we all know, it's 2024, right? We all know Neji wasn't right.
Though using that power comes at a cost. The more he taps into Momoshiki's power, the easier it is for Momoshiki to possess his body, as seen in chapter 78 atop the Akage monument. So similar to how Sasuke can cut off or significantly reduce the use of his Rinnegan by closing his eyes, Boruto did the same as well. And by virtue of Boruto being able to suppress Momoshiki's powers as he gets stronger on his own accord, he's now able to suppress Momoshiki's consciousness.
When Boruto finally opens that eye, it's going to break the internet
to limit his
easily.
Usage of Kurama's power in the early portions of Shippuden. Not only did he eventually get strong enough to suppress the power of the Nine Tails even better than he was before, he was also able to suppress his consciousness as well, thus leading to the lack of Kurama's presence throughout the initial period. Now of course that changed once Naruto lacked both the will and power to suppress Kurama, thus tapping into that power once again, which I think will play out in Boruto's case as well. This of course leads back into the overall usage of the Karma Seal itself. While you might be able to argue that Boruto didn't need that power against Code or Sage Mitsuki, he definitely needed it against the Shinju. If he didn't, he wouldn't have fled given the consequences of not getting rid of them as soon as possible. So that simply means that Boruto felt that the risk of him using the Karma wasn't worth stopping the enemy, who's a clear threat to the existence of civilization itself. Now we did see Boruto activate the Karma Seal in the time skip preview, but that's further down the line and a lot can happen between
and he just wouldn't have won.
Such as the
he wouldn't have won,
manifestation
bro.
of the Joker.
It just wasn't a smart
him
fight.
being able to use it in the future doesn't contradict him not being able to use it in the past. Now what I also found interesting was Boruto having a glove on his left hand, and of course I attribute that to Boruto hiding Momoshiki's Rinnegan. Now I'm not going to explain why I think he's hiding Momoshiki's Rinnegan, as it's the same reason behind why he's hiding Momoshiki's Byakugan and doesn't use the Karma. Instead I'll just explain why I think he has Momoshiki's Rinnegan in his left hand. What we first need to acknowledge is that there's no reason why Boruto should have a glove on his left hand.
He's
100% right-handed,
He's right-handed,
thus not using his sword in his left hand. Sasuke having a glove on his right hand made perfect sense since he only has one hand. And even though having gloves is a normal attire of the Leaf Jonin, having one glove isn't.
It's stylish though, you cannot lie. It's stylish, but yeah, it doesn't make any sense because in the anime, Boruto had the glove on his right hand to hide the karma. He didn't want to attract attention to himself. And in the anime, it's not some random glove. He has Sasuke's glove, you know? Sasuke gave him the glove. So if the glove was on his right hand, then it would make sense. Okay, the manga didn't show it, but the anime did. It's just to cover his karma, but that's not the case, obviously, because it's on his left hand. And Boruto is 100% right-handed. There's no reason for him to have it on his left hand, except the Rinnegan. Now, of course, I gotta tell you, if Boruto does have a Rinnegan, besides absorbing chakra, which Boruto could already do, if Boruto does have the Rinnegan, this could foreshadow some abilities in the future. Maybe like, I would say, Boruto now being able to summon Momoshiki's golem that he used against Naruto and Sasuke. Maybe the fire pheasant, you know, that phoenix looking bird thing. And don't worry, just in case you don't remember, I'm gonna have everything on the screen. But him having the Rinnegan should give Boruto access to all of those abilities and summons. It is cool, like, Boruto having a Rinnegan, that's dope as hell, like, you know? But he's not gonna be using it all willy-nilly. It's gonna be like, damn, I'm forced to use it. Damn, I don't got no other choice. So him having the Byakugan and the Rinnegan, it's kind of broken. It's kind of broken. I'm not gonna cap. It's kind of broken.
And if he's using a glove to assist in his usage of Kenjutsu similar to Sasuke, why isn't it on his right dominant hand instead of his left hand?
I gotta admit,
it simply doesn't make sense. Now some might argue that Sasuke just gave Boruto his left hand from his original pair, as a gift from his master to his student. The issue with this is that it doesn't make sense for multiple reasons. For one, how did Sasuke retrieve the left hand for his pair of gloves when he had to leave the village in a hurry, thus not having time to stop by his house? Also, why would Sasuke even have the left-hand glove lying around for years after purchasing the pair? Then you
It's anime canon, it's not in the manga. It never happened in the manga. Sasuke kept both his gloves throughout the whole thing. He never gave it to Boruto. In the manga, it's anime canon only. Just making that completely clear. Completely clear.
Also have the fact that Boruto didn't have a glove in the battle versus code. So how would he have received that glove after Sasuke became a tree?
It's not
We know he
Sasuke's.
didn't take
It's not
Sasuke's right glove
glove.
since he's still wearing it, as shown in chapter 4 of Blue Vortex. So this is not a memento from Sasuke, nor is it used to aid in Kenjutsu since he doesn't use his sword with his left hand. The only logical conclusion is that Boruto was later able to manifest Momoshiki's original left hand Rinnegan, thus running into the same issue he had with his Dojutsu. So as with the Byakugan, the best way to limit the usage of his Rinnegan was to cover it using his glove. Now you guys might be wondering why he doesn't have the right hand Rinnegan similar to Momoshiki. Well, the most logical answer in that case would be the existence of the Karma Seal. The eye simply can't manifest since the Karma has taken its place. Now as for the third Rinnegan and the second Byakugan, I think it's possible that these things would have manifested over time if Boruto continued to use Momoshiki's power. Or it could be the case that only one Byakugan is able to come forth, as the second eye represents Boruto's continued existence within the body. That would then explain why Momoshiki keeps his left eye closed when he takes over Boruto's body. Whether that's in his true essence form or his Borushiki state, it doesn't matter. That would then somewhat explain why Kawaki hasn't manifested Ishiki's Byakugan after all this time, yet he was able to advance his special dojutsu to the full 8 triangles. Now this might seem a bit out there, but eyeballs have always been special within the Naruto universe, so it makes sense that it would apply here as well. With that said, if Boruto did fully tap into Momoshiki's latent power, we might see some pretty insane abilities such as
it's not like Momoshiki has it in his base form, you know, saying there's no Rinnegan on his forehead. Boruto could also just be wearing the glove to not draw attention to himself. Like, you just go to him and like they see he has a damn Rinnegan on his palm. It's like, bro, what the hell? You know, so I would wear a glove. Why expose that? Do you guys understand how much chakra you have to have? Like, how deep of chakra reserves you have to properly wield the Rinnegan? And you guys wonder why Sasuke was always out of chakra. Imagine you have like a chakra bar, it goes to 100%. Like each Rinnegan ability takes like 40% of that, you know? So like two Rinnegan abilities, that's taking you down to 20% of chakra left. You're done. You're out of the fight. The rest of that chakra gotta be used in a way for you to escape. Like, I'm just giving it a buck. And now you see why like Obito only used one of his Rinnegan. He only had one of them. And, you know, guys like Pain, you know, Nagato is an anomaly because he was an Uzumaki. And you already know how deep their chakra reserves are. So it's like no explanation there. It's self-explanatory. Like, you really have to have a lot of chakra. And Momoshiki's in Otsutuski, so it's like, all right. At that point, like, what else can you do? You know?
Now, Momoshiki does have other abilities you guys might be more familiar with, such as the tool creation technique.
We just went over that. I'm done pausing, by the way. But we just went over the tool creation ability, literally last video. Go check it out. I'm done.
Then we also have the abilities of Momoshiki's original Rennegans. The right hand allows Momoshiki to absorb any chakra-based techniques, then he's able to augment and discharge them using the left Rinnegan. The right hand Rinnegan also seems to allow Momoshiki to turn living beings into chakra fruits as...
So maybe like he absorbs with his karma, then releases it with his Rinnegan? I don't know. What do y'all think? I know that's probably something Boruto could do right now, but how would it work? Because he could already absorb like ninjutsu without even having a Rinnegan.
Now we also have the ability to use the black receivers and the ability to create the pheasant hunter, which I think that's how that's pronounced. Don't quote me on that, but just not referring to the fire.
Pheasant hunter, fire pheasant, whatever.
He's able
then
to
the
create
golem.
His Renegades. So Momoshiki is pretty broken if you have the right person wielding that power.
But anyway, Boruto having access to the Rinnegan, it's just like a whole nother league, bro. Foresight ability plus the abilities of the Rinnegan, man, true Otsutuski at that point. Like it's completely broken. But as we all know, you can't just give your MC all these powers without having any kind of setback. You know, it gotta be like a setback to it. Otherwise, Boruto would probably use it against the Shinju. It probably gotta be some crazy setback or some crazy like consequence if he uses his power. It's not his own power, it's Momoshiki's power. And we all know what would happen if Momoshiki gets fully woken up and gains control of Boruto's body, even temporarily. It's completely over. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about Boruto having the Rinnegan and about his Byakugan abilities. Maybe I missed something that was pretty important, but I feel like I covered everything. I feel like I did, but that's why I got you guys. So without further ado, Kiddo Maki, link to his channel in the description. Go ahead and show him some love. you know? Comment down if you want me to react to any other video you find interesting. Join the Discord link, all that is gonna be down below in the description. And I've seen a lot of you guys ask me, where do I read Boruto TBV Vortex in color? So I left that below in the description as well. So if you want to read the manga in color, go down there and check it out. But without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And until my next video, I'm out. Peace.